10.
Sauce 10.
Or as my mom would say, it's precinct na. That's my Filipino accent.
Yeah, I'm not going to do mine.
No, don't.
What a way to start. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I love it. We're just jumping right in.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Size 10 Podcast.
Yeah.
I'm producer Paul.
I'm Nick Scalzone. You can find me on Instagram at Nick Scalzone Comedy.
Bjorn RG. You can find me on Instagram. Bjorn RG Comedy, all platforms.
And I'm going to try this beer.
Hell
Let's
yeah,
get
dude.
into this beer.
Yeah.
This is a Belgian white, but it's gluten-free. So I don't know
Yeah.
how you're supposed to make... Isn't a Belgian white like a wheat beer?
Mm-hmm. I don't know that much about it. I'm just being very agreeing right now. Dude, honestly,
It tastes like a beer.
most of these gluten-free beers they're doing a very good job. It just
Of
tastes like
tasting
beer.
like beer.
It's way better. You know what? I would say the gluten-free alcoholic beer much better than non-alcoholic beer.
So you're
which has
saying
been
beer?
not crushing it.
So you're saying beer that has alcohol in it the way beer is supposed to
Mm-hmm.
is better than beer that doesn't have alcohol in it the way
Mhm.
beer isn't supposed to?
Mm-hmm.
You've really
felt like a
broken
mouth.
some new ground on this podcast.
I
here.
know. Well, it was just I was alcohol free for quite a few years, and I really struggled. Also, I just feel like there's just a different. It's a whole different ball game from like even just in the last 10 years.
Mhm.
Cause like now there's all these like assembly brewing, or there's like a bunch of these like places that do non-alcoholic beer that tastes really good.
Mm.
And like that was the biggest complaint I had is like, well, I couldn't find like a good substitute to sort of wean myself off of it.
Mm.
Which was good and bad because it's like if you found like a perfect one, you're still getting all the calories and it's like very filling.
Yeah.
But you're not getting any of the booze or the hangover or any of that. But I'd have to say a lot of the gluten-free things I've been finding have been super good. What'd you find, Paul?
Well, I was curious. I'm sure maybe some of you out there listening were curious. What is gluten-free beer? If it's a wheat-based beer, right? What is it? How's it made? So I pulled this up. So how do they remove gluten from beer? So how do you remove gluten from beer? It's done by adding an enzyme in the brewing process, such as Clarity Firm or Brewer's Clarex. These enzymes are typically used to reduce chill haze in beer, but some brewers claim it breaks up gluten, rendering it harmless. So that's one way, but you can also just use gluten-free grains. So like cereal, pseudo-cereal such as sorghum, millet, buckwheat, rice, quinoa, or maize, which will give it a different aroma. So I'm drinking the buckwheat. This is millet, rice, buckwheat, hops, juniper, coriander, orange peel, and yeast. This is really good.
Can I try it?
Yeah, this is Shrouded Summit Belgium White Ale. This is Ghostfish Brewery.
Yeah, it tastes kind of like a Blue Moon.
It's really good.
There is like a gluten-free beer finish that is very much in all of them. Maybe it's one of the. It's probably one of those things.
I
that
didn't
you
realize
taste.
that wheat was in that many beers. I thought it was barley.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in like a lot of stuff.
Cause like I went to the McMenamin's bottle shop and bought all these goofy gluten-free beers. They had like 8, and they were
And
in
you
this
bought
little
all of them? I
corner.
love that.
No, I didn't. Some of them were like double IPAs, and I was like,
Oh.
dude, I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking 9% alcohol. Why? So like, yeah, I didn't buy those, but I tried to buy a few of the rest of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were only like 8 of them. So I was like, that's weird that I thought beer was just like you could make it out of whatever. So and I thought there were some like Budweiser. I thought that was rice.
Mm-mm.
How about
no.
how about like Sapporo? Can you drink that?
Mm-mm.
I thought all the like
I think
Japanese
we've
beers
looked-
were
let me-
based on
let
rice.
me
We
double
looked.
check.
We like. I
Did we do
feel
this
like
on the
we-
podcast
no.
already?
We might have done it. I feel like we did it in a
But not in a French
sushi
accent.
restaurant. is
Oh
when we
yeah,
did
that
it.
sounds like.
Where I was like, "Ooh, can I get this?" And they were like, "No, it's not." There's like gluten removed. I had the like Stone gluten removed.
Yeah, it has gluten in their product.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gluten free, unfortunately. My favorite. There's this Mutanus Brewing and Bottle Shop. It's like up in North Portland, and they make a bunch of. They do like a seasonal sour, so it's like a different seasonal.
And they're all
sour.
gluten-free beers?
Their whole that's their whole deal.
I think
But
Bridger
they have
Brewing is gluten-free.
It is. They have a juicy IPA that is like my favorite, and so I got Tia from Neighbors Tap Room to start carrying it, and she was telling me, shout out to Neighbors Tap Room, or we do bangers every Thursday, 8:00. And Tia started carrying the sour, and then got the juicy. I like bought everything they had. I bought like one of each, and then tried them all, and hated most of them, but the juicy IPA I really liked. So I took a picture and I sent it to Tia, and I was like, it'd be awesome if you have this. And a bunch of her like regulars that drink juicy IPAs, it's like their new favorite. So it's like, it's not just me drinking it, you know? So that's kind of cool.
You're a connoisseur.
A connoisseur.
What are you drinking, by the way?
I'm drinking the rest of our Azul, like, because this is a full.
Yeah, with some ice in the bottom of it.
Oh, that's why it's so frosty.
I like it.
Oh,
It's almost like a slushy.
It is. It's like a rosé slushy.
Yeah, the rest of the concrete tank
It's because
rosé.
it's a full liter, so we still had one glass left in it. So I thought I would start off with this
Rosé all day.
Well, and it kind of like, let's just get this part out of the way early. It kind of matches the sneakers I chose to bring.
Oh, and so does the
Oh.
can that you got, your
Which
sour
is the
can.
which is the
Those are
pink
cool.
Jordan 1 mids. I don't care.
When did you get these?
I don't even know. Honestly, I've worn them a bunch.
Have you worn these?
Yeah.
They don't really look that well.
On stage mostly.
Oh,
I've
nice.
just like
Those are
basically Paul has been introducing me to new color palettes with my clothing that I wear, and I had all these like flowery shirts and stuff, and I was like, I need another bright pair of Jordans, and I think it was one of those I put like a bid in and got them for like $100 or $110 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Where I
nice.
put a low bid and got them. Was like, whoopsie daisy. Where you like totally forgot about like that like on the toilet on StockX, and you place a bid, a low bid on something because you're just like hanging out. But this is just a pink, and I've
Dropping some money while dropping some heat.
yeah, drop a deuce and a deuce. And what's a deuce? Is that 100?
A
10?
That's a 2.
Oh, it's a 2. Yeah. I got 2 sneakers, but only spent 100.
A C note is
A
100.
C note.
A C note. Okay, drop in a C note and a P note.
I don't think we got this right.
I don't think that one's gonna catch on. You can clip it and then see how it
Make
does.
a sticker out of it. Let's see what
Make a
happens.
sticker.
Yeah, get it on a T-shirt. Just a guy sitting on the toilet.
On the StockX app.
all those
Yeah.
all those toilet references do so good on T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
It's-
doesn't like a poop shirt?
Yeah,
it's
exactly, dude. So gross.
It's fucking nasty.
What's so funny is I have, I don't think this is even the only pair of Jordan 1 mids that we haven't done on the podcast. It's just like, we
Well,
just
you
kind
guys
of,
have a whole line of
I
sneakers
mean-
that you haven't even seen yet. I feel like for every time you tell me, you're like, yeah, I got all these shoes. I haven't even looked at them. They're just in a box.
Yeah. I've got about 5 or 6 shoes that we have not even talked about or brought up.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do. We do. We have like the Terminators. I mean, we brought those up because,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
But
like
no,
a couple
like,
other randoms.
I remember Paul went on a real buying spree
Yeah.
for a minute.
No,
I'd like to do a Terminator
No,
episode.
here's
I
what
think that'd be
happened.
fun.
Paul didn't stop going for stuff when everyone stopped going for stuff,
Oh.
and then was just getting all W's. And we were like, dude, I was like, stop going for them because they're just.
I was like, Nike must just love me. I must be doing something really great with their app that they're just like, yes, him, pick
Like
him.
literally today, there was a pair of Jordan 4s that because somebody Julian messaged me. He's like, hey, you going for those 3s this weekend? And you're a 3s guy, and I was like,
Recent guest on the podcast.
Yeah, recent guest. And I was like, no, I just moved, and my problem was like put in front of my face when I was trying to reorganize all my sneakers into a new
Yeah.
closet. You're like, ooh, I have a problem. When it's just swept into a closet, it's easy to.
I had the opposite
Like your
problem because
sexuality.
Yeah.
this is
Just keep it in the closet.
well, and this is segueing beautifully into our first thing we need to talk about because we both moved over the same weekend.
Moving weekend 2023.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was
no,
also
it
the snowstorm
Not,
weekend.
it was not that fun. It,
Oh,
it
okay.
sucked. It was moving. But yeah, what I realized is I have a whole bunch of stuff that was absolutely perfect for one space. And now I have a new space. And so we've been like trying to figure out where the fuck all this shit is supposed to go. Because it all fit together nice. And then we get a new space and it's like,
And
well,
you're retrofitting like square peg in a
very
round hole.
square peg in a round hole situation.
Where you're like, I mean, I can kind of get this in there. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, thankfully the new place is bigger and has 2 bedrooms. So I've got my office / man cave for all my dumb boy shit to go.
Okay.
So that, yeah, I mean, like, plenty of my
we
stuff.
call that sports stuff.
Well,
Bjorn, sports stuff.
my elk and
Your
deer
sporting
antlers.
goods store that you have.
Yeah, no, the gun
that you should
safe is
start
definitely
calling
in
it
my.
the sporting goods store.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, I gotta swing by Dick's on the way out.
No, Dick's doesn't sell guns anymore because they're a
Oh.
bunch of goddamn commies. So mine is more of a sportsman's
warehouse.
Oh, there
Mine's
you
a
go.
Cabela's
Yeah.
or a Bass Pro,
Yeah.
depending on what type of music you've been listening
Yeah, we have
to.
a 1-bedroom, 1 Bass Pro shop.
Well, it's mostly my office, but it's also
And there's
my
dead
Bass Pro
animals.
shop.
It's the whole thing. Yeah. Office
There's a
slash-
bass,
that-
bass fish tank.
There's some indications, like the living room still has the elk, because the elk would not fit in the office.
Oh, yeah. No,
so
that makes sense.
The elk head is still in the living room. So, I mean, he's a majestic beast.
Yeah.
He deserves
It
a
is.
Yeah.
front and center.
Yes.
But yeah, just trying to fit all that shit into a new place has been really complicated.
It's like a puzzle that nothing matches.
Yeah.
Where it's just like it's like 2 puzzles that have just been thrown into the same box, and you're just like, let's make this try to work.
Yeah, let's.
Why don't we just make this work into something? And then someone's going to get mad because someone's going to make the other one get rid of something they don't want to. And it might be, I don't know, perfect for the next space that you're in after you get rid of it, which is most of Paul's
I don't think
stuff.
we have anything that we're getting rid of. That's the thing is we're moving to a bigger space. So like some of my stuff that is like wouldn't fit if we were just doing another 1 bed would like I just put it in my office. I'm using it there.
Well, we went from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom with a, so we just,
Didn't you get a gain in square footage?
we got a
But-
gain in square footage, gain in windows, and gain in view of the neighbor's penis.
Wait. I haven't seen.
And he's
I've
a
seen,
shower.
I've seen. Not a grower. Is that what you're saying?
I don't
It just-
know.
No,
I mean, he might be both.
He might be both.
But
It
I
just
don't know if it's
swings
possible.
around. It's like
I do not think it's possible to be more. Like,
so we definitely have a room with a view. So it's
it's a view.
yeah, I've seen I've seen the same number of penises of my neighbors as before. I'm still at 0, and that's where I like it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we look across the courtyard now because
And
our
there's just a guy waving
our
his
building
cock
is like
around?
this shape.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
courtyard in the middle. On the second level is just like this grill area or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're now here and he's over here and we have a direct line of sight. I think he was just used to nobody living there for a while.
And so
Oh,
he's
there's
just,
people above and below us that could definitely see.
but
and he
he's
has a
just
lo-
window wide open, just walking around naked, just
It was
swinging it
the
around.
first night we decided to stay there, and I was
Isn't that technically illegal?
not in
not in
Portland.
Portland. As long as you're not showing a horn, as long as you don't look aroused.
As long as he's not sitting there whacking it,
Yeah.
then he's like,
If he's not
fine.
hard, then it's fine.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He could be outside.
Yeah. And
doing
naked,
that.
and it's fine.
I don't
That's
know
why the
about
naked
that.
bike ride is a thing.
I know that.
But it was
Well, I know the naked bike ride's
So-
a thing. I always forget that that's just a year-round thing. I thought they got an
Have you ever
exception.
had it just like happen
Yeah.
to you and you're like, "Oh yeah, there's that thing that happens."
Yeah, yep. It's
It's my favorite.
You're
pretty awful.
Paul just pulls over and parks. He's like, "I'm good here for."
I'm like, this. I'll just
for a
hang
while."
out here for a little
I
bit.
feel like none of those people are good looking though.
Like 1 out of every 73.
yeah.
I've done the math.
You've done
Yeah.
the math.
Yeah,
He's like
I've
one-
parked.
What
No.
is that in percentages? That's like it's like more than 1, but less than 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best. I love it.
No, so what happened was, so first night, Bjorn's out there. I'm doing something in the bedroom, and he all of a sudden he looks at me and goes, "You will not believe what I just saw." And he talked about our neighbor and his big swinging dick and his low hanging balls.
Yep.
Is he an old guy? Or
No.
He's a young guy with
Yep.
saggy nuts.
Yep.
Yep.
And I was just like, shut up, whatever. And then I thought, I've done that before. When you get out of the shower and you run across the house to get something, and you're like, oh, the windows, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's got to be that. And then
Well, I was laying on the couch,
yeah.
and our couch like overlooks our cool view. But when you lay on it, you're looking in, and if you just look at your feet, you're past your feet, you can see
Past
into the
your
neighbor's
feet.
apartment.
Your feet are like the sights on a gun.
Yeah, there's sights on a gun,
you got it.
and it's just nothing
Just
but
dead-
D
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
there.
Do you know what number his apartment is? Like, is his apartment number like 308
No,
or
it's
something?
I would imagine 450 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when next time you see him, you just be like, "Oh, 457. How's it hanging?"
And
there, bud?"
457 and
10
9 inches.
Yeah, 10 inches.
Just ask him how it's hanging. See if he figures it out.
And I think we like made eye contact because then he pulled the blinds down, but he didn't. Yo, here's the thing: he didn't pull them all the way.
Like waist down.
So
he
this-
still was showing.
So he's
It was
a
like-
little bit
it,
of a.
It was like he was
he's a-
naked and he put a T-shirt on.
He's an exhibitionist.
Yeah, he doesn't mind that people
No.
are people.
Well, and then the next
So-
day, it happened to me. I was like, oh, it's probably a mistake. And then I literally am lying there, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye,
It wasn't even that late.
it was just like I saw like a swinging pendulum of meat.
You're like,
And there it was, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's the biggest peen and the biggest set of balls attached to a peen I've ever seen."
that rhymed pretty well. You're like the Dr. Seuss of talking about dicks on a podcast.
Yeah. but now I have a little bit of a conundrum because every time I see him,
Keep rhyming it like Dr. Seuss though, while you say it.
I have a
to
conundrum
rub one.
to rub one. No, I see him, and I see him there, and I'm like, don't look, don't look, don't look. There might be. Look! Oh, stop! So like I feel creepy now because like
I know it's like when you drive by like a car accident.
yeah.
You can't not look. It's
Yeah.
so hard to just be like, eyes on the road, Bjorn.
So
Eyes
is,
on the
it
road.
like is the peen show on tonight? I
Yeah.
don't know. So I look
Are
real
we
quick.
on?
And, yeah, it's like so I
It's-
feel.
So you're saying you get aroused by car accidents too? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Oh.
I'm just saying it's just hard. Like you have the.
What's
it's
hard?
Like, it's. It's difficult. Well, I just find myself. You just. I don't know. You just look.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not
No,
like,
I know what you're saying. I'm trying to
It's-
make a
it's
joke
not
about
like
you being
I know.
attracted to car
Ugh.
accidents,
Ugh.
because that would be a funny joke.
yeah.
But
It
yeah,
just- it
no,
is
I get what
it
you're
is.
saying. Where like, yeah, you see something, you're just like, well,
Well, and then like you're
I
just-
don't
I'm,
wanna
like,
look at it,
looking
but
and, like,
there it is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's very weird. It's not. I mean, it's. I've had other neighbors where I could see into someone else's apartment from my apartment, but like this is pretty close. It's like how many feet would you say? 100, maybe 100
No,
feet,
I would say 50 feet.
50 feet. It's not that far.
Yeah.
It's like, and we made eye contact on the first one, and I was like, oh my god, because I was like watching TV, and it was like not even that far away from where my TV is. It's like about 3 degrees.
yeah, no, the
Anyway.
guy sounds
yeah.
like an exhibitionist.
Oh, he definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
definitely
guess
is.
if you have a foot-long piece,
I mean,
then you probably
I get it.
feel
I
like
get
you
it.
need to
Yeah.
show everybody.
I've always thought that. I think I would have been more promiscuous if I was like working with a monster, because I'd be like, people need to see this. Right now, I'm like, I like to know how many people have seen
Yeah.
this.
No, there's a lot of small dick hoes out there too.
That's
so.
true. That's true. I just couldn't be one. I need to be the center of attention.
I feel like that would lend itself to being hoish, wouldn't it? Wanting to be the center of attention.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just feel like my whole life I would be less funny for sure. I would be way less funny.
Yeah, nobody.
Like
with
I don't
a
even need to be
giant-
funny. It's like, oh yeah, funny
No
guy.
one with a giant-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's laughing now?
Who's
Yeah.
laughing
Well, who
now?
knows? Unless it's so comically big that it like doesn't even work. Because isn't that a thing? Doesn't it get to a certain point and then it just doesn't work because like
That's most.
your brain will shut off or something
Yeah,
because you
or
need
you
blood there
can't
too?
maintain an erection.
Yeah, most. It's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Those
So, like-
those Hims ads that you see all the time.
Yeah.
The Blue Chew. Those are all it's all Magnums. It's like, can I get a Magnum and a Blue Chew?
That's awesome.
Because I can't keep
that
it
makes
full.
me feel much better where I'm just like these guys getting condescended to by YouTube
You're like,
ads.
what? I can
Not
stay hard
me.
for hours.
Never. Not my problem.
I mean, but when you only need like a glass full of blood to really rock it up,
Yeah, I could
You know,
probably work with
as
just a
opposed to like
shooter, be
needing the
honest.
full liter. If you need a full liter just to get there,
You're a little lightheaded when you're fully hard.
yeah, I feel like that's a real thing. Well, so we were talking about car accidents. We went to it was a nice segue.
Yeah.
We went to Boise
Mhm.
this past weekend because to deliver a new Sequoia to Paul's sister.
Mhm.
She bought it from the dealership that he works for, and we drove it there. It was pretty cool. It was the one with all of the Toyota features. If it's a feature that a Toyota
Yeah, you
truck
said it's the
has,
capstone, so it's like the fanciest.
Yeah.
It's basically a Lexus, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's the top of the line
So
Sequoia.
it has what, the heated and cooled seats, front and
Mhm.
rear.
Yeah,
What else
heated, cool
does it
seats,
have?
climate control everywhere.
Mhm.
It had the automatic running boards, so you open
Oh, the
car door
little,
and
yeah,
it-
those
Which-
are nifty.
which are cool, but you got to learn how to use them. Where you got to like open the door, hold back, or you're gonna get a shinner. I literally got shinners all morning because I'm too quick. I just go
You were
and
speeding in there.
I'm trying to get in there, and it's hitting you in the shin.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, there was all kinds
Well,
of
thank
features.
God it wasn't your neighbor. He'd
cameras
have
all,
gotten
cameras all
There's
over
like-
the car.
hit even
like-
harder.
Yeah, right.
He'd have got hit in the dick.
Yeah, yeah, he'd be in the hospital. It has a touch screen about the size of this screen in the middle.
I'm not a fan of those giant screens. I think
I-
they're kind of stupid.
Yeah,
I like buttons.
like my neighbor's giant screen.
Yeah, no, I don't like I don't like your neighbor or his big screen. I don't approve of his lifestyle. I think it's rude to force it on everybody.
Yep.
Anyway,
You're not a fan of the big screen. Why?
I don't like the big stupid iPad. I like buttons for most of the
Oh
things.
no, dude!
Does it have buttons
had-
too
oh, yeah.
and a
Still.
big dumb
It
iPad?
just had CarPlay was just this big.
So
it was
what do you-
kind of awesome because even when you're playing, and you can do like dual screen in CarPlay,
Yeah, mine doesn't do
where
that.
you
mine's,
can do.
mine's
map.
average size. Mine's
Okay.
5.5 inches.
No, even on mine. Mine's totally mine's a little bigger than that.
You're like a
No, I
six and a
think
half.
mine
I'm
was
right
like
now.
actually-
6.5.
I think mine's actually 8. To be honest, I just needed a dick joke there.
Yeah.
I think ours are the same.
And everybody would know 8 would be a big joke if I said it. They'd
Yeah.
be like, he's not talking real numbers.
Inflation.
Yeah, there you go.
Inflation.
That's a Joe Biden 8.
But it like splits it. I don't know. It's cool because
It
that's
was cool
like
to have
the screen is that
yeah.
big. It's like the size of a laptop screen. In reality, it's like the size of that laptop.
Does it
screen.
have the gauges? Are they all digital too, or did it
all
actually have-
digital?
Okay.
All digital, but it's like kind of cool, and it had
Mhm.
even that part was really big. It had the heads-up display, which I thought was pretty dope. I like that.
My parents' Prius has it. I always turn it off. I've tried it. I've used it for a little. They probably have gotten better since 2015.
Oh yeah,
But like, I always was like, this is kind of hokey, and then just turned it off.
it's more complicated to turn it off, and you can't while you're moving. Like it's now.
Oh, my folks' Prius just has a button that
There's
says
a button.
heads up display
Oh,
off,
No,
and I
that-
just went boop.
I mean,
and
this
then
is
it
like
was off.
this is like literally just a number that's just like projected
Just
into
kind
the
of
screen.
Yeah, it just floats.
Or
Well,
it
it's
just floats into the.
it's like a
reflects
reflex.
off
It's
the-
like a reflex sight on a pistol.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like a little light that's
Mm-hmm.
under the windshield, and it just like reflects.
Yeah, I liked it. It was kind of cool. And then the heated and cool seat. I like the cool seats. I do
Yeah,
like the
I
cooling
wanted
seats.
those. My next car, I want those.
But because I do think that I use those the most.
I've
Oh,
I
and
never used
like a
heated
cra-
seats.
it had all these features that were like they were cool, but it was a bit much.
What other cool features does it have? Does it have all the off-road stuff?
Well, it has the bird's eye view, so
Ooh,
you got
that
a
would be
camera.
nice.
So like when she was backing up, it's this massive monster of a truck.
Yeah.
But she's backing up, and it's a tight spot. She's like, I don't know if I can do this. When she was first driving it, Bjorn's
Yeah.
like, check this out. Just follow the camera. And she didn't have to. She didn't have to look at anything.
Yeah,
but
it helps
this
you
big ass
parallel
picture.
park that big.
Yeah.
Because the screen splits and it
Mhm.
does the bird's eye, and then the other one is like if you're moving forward, it does the forward camera, and if you're moving backward, it does the backward camera.
Yeah, I wish my truck had all
Which-
those. My truck has the backup.
It's nice
but
because you
the
can see
front view
like
would
how
be sweet.
close am I on my front end sweep, or like how
Yeah.
close am I to this curb or whatever. And when I parked it in some pretty small parking spaces that like normally I probably wouldn't fully pull into.
Yeah. No,
But I was-
I've
that
gotten
was
damn good
pretty-
at parallel parking because I have this big stupid truck and
Yeah.
I live in like a congested area, so I have to be. But
know.
like having that,
We had to
having
like teach his sister how to parallel park.
having a
'cause she lives-
front-facing camera would be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, the front-facing camera is pretty cool, and you can like see how close you are.
It'd be good for off-roading too, because I've noticed like if I'm on a road that's steep enough up, they decided my truck needed to look masculine, and so they made a nice tall.
so you
bulky
can't
hood.
see.
So I'm just
Oh.
like, I'm
yeah.
letting Jesus take the wheel when I'm going
if it's
enough
above
uphill.
a
I'm just
16
like,
grade, it's like, well,
I'm just
you know
like,
what?
well, I saw it from down there and it didn't turn, so we're just gonna send it, boys.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
so
like
funny.
a front-facing camera would be sweet.
Yeah.
A lot of people put them in.
So
I,
that
I
one-
should just buy one. Of
That
them.
one has a little
Totally.
switch you can hit, and you can turn it on your
Yeah,
screen
that's.
if you want
I think
to.
that's how they typically work. It's for off-road
I
stuff.
I liked because like we had that we've bitched about this before when it's just like an iPad and that's all of the controls of everything.
Mhm.
No, this had like big ass
Yeah,
masculine
that dumb
switches.
Subaru, that dumb Subaru that
Yeah.
I got like as a loaner a couple years ago, that had the iPad for like the fucking heater.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is stupid.
And
I
it went
hate
away when you're on Spotify, which is so stupid.
And it still was like a 12-inch vertical. It was
There-
vertical for some reason.
the funniest
They went portrait over landscape.
the funniest or one of the funniest things with the truck was we were kind of running late. We were trying to
Mhm.
get there by a certain time. And so we did what you shouldn't do when you hop in a car you've never driven that's
Mhm.
brand new, that's not yours.
Just
Paul's like, here's the key. And I just jump in. It's parked behind my car and we had to just leave immediately.
Mhm.
And like, I didn't try and do any features. Like I'm like literally as I'm driving, like trying to figure it out. It was just kind of a dumb way of doing it. Like you should sit, kind of play with it a little bit, figure it out,
yeah,
hook
but,
your phone
but
up.
you guys made it there
did.
accident free.
We did. And then
Then
so we got there. Oh, go ahead. You should tell it. You should
So
tell it.
yeah, so then I this was yesterday, so that was Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I get a text from my brother-in-law saying, "Your sister just got in an accident with your niece. They're fine, but call me." So I didn't get a hold of him, but I ended up getting a hold of my sister, and she was just sitting at a stoplight, and a guy just drove through opposite end of her. So she's sitting here and went like this, and he was on his phone texting, and he just swerved over just a little bit where she went like this, and he rolled 3 times. So
Yeah, and you guys had dash cam footage, which
dash cam
I
footage
have been
too.
sent.
I sent you I was like, oh, Nick, check this out.
So I was telling her, fortunately, she was in her Sequoia, not the Camry, because the
That
other
they
car
had.
would have been bigger.
Yeah, and the Camry, that she'd have been fucked up.
Yeah, that could have potentially,
Yeah.
done a lot more damage. So even though she had it just for 3 days, I think it was
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Of course, now it's really going to be hard for me to replace that car because those are incredibly hard to come by.
Yeah, especially the
Um,
capstone one.
Yeah.
And then now she knows about all those features, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just going to be painful. Just like, ugh, I got the limited.
Yeah.
Ugh, it doesn't
What is
even
this?
have the.
What is this basic? It's so poor.
not basic.
So
I feel
basic
so
platinum.
poor.
So we're-
poor.
What's the capstone versus like the TRD Pro?
Oh, the TRD Pro's awesome. That's just going to be more off-roading.
I feel like
with
I
the
would
skid,
want-
extra skid plates.
Yeah, like
and
if
the
I-
oil the reserves in their.
I had the money
suspension.
for one or the other. I'd go with the Pro.
Oh,
I think
the Pro. 100%.
the Pro looks badass too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got like the grill with the light bar in it.
Yeah. No, the Pro's
Does it
awesome.
have like black accents on it too?
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Pro
Yeah.
is all
I like
blacked
that,
out,
too.
whereas I think the capstone's all chromed out, right?
It's
Yeah.
chromed out.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I did see limited. I saw a different one today, and I was like, I actually like the little accents of black better than that one.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the TRD off-road on my Tacoma, and so it's all blacked out. Other than It's got chrome on the back fender. That's it.
Mm.
I need to get that blacked out.
Yeah.
I know mine has chrome on just like above the windows.
Mine doesn't even
And
have
I
chrome
need-
there.
I need to get rid of that.
The only
It's
other
fully-
chrome on it was like the badges, and I blacked those out. I
Mm.
got the little plastic job that clips over it.
But
So.
it's gonna be funny when your sister gets not that one. Oh, so my favorite part of that footage, the
Mhm.
dash cam footage, is the sound in it.
Yeah, the
Is
guy's
like
listening to Chris Rock.
the latest Chris Rock album that just came out. I just
It's
was like,
what he's telling some joke about how he doesn't want his daughter to be like an OnlyFans hoe.
Yeah.
And then there's just a car accident.
And you're watching a car accident.
And I like that somewhere someone is in like an insurance office, and they're like, "Well, we have this footage to see whose fault it is," and it's like, I don't want my daughter to be a hoe.
I think the only way it would have been better is if like he had dropped a couple N-words in there, like, or if it was like his N-word bit, the Chris Rock
Like
one.
if he was listening
That was
to
what he was
Bring the
listening-
Pain
Yeah,
from
like the
fucking
whole-
'97 or
And,
whatever that
it,
came
and
out.
it's this white guy in
And it's
Boise
this
who's
white
like,
guy in
I
Boise.
know
Just
I
a
have
white
to,
guy in
I have to
Boise.
give this footage to the cops so they see, but
I don't know how to take the
I don't know
sound
how to take the
off.
sound
He's just
off.
sitting there. He's like, they're like, so, and it's like, I ain't looking over my shoulder for the media.
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, there's probably a ton of shit that people could be listening to, which is because you're in your car, you know, like.
Well,
you
like,
could be
have you-
streaming Pornhub for all I
Right?
care.
Have
but-
you ever gotten in a car accident?
No, not one that involved another car. I've driven my own car into dumb shit.
I had a really hard time listening to Deltron 3030 for a few years because I was listening to it when my dad and I hit a deer
Jeez.
going like 60 and totaled his Saab. Basically what happened was when there's a car coming towards you
Yeah.
and you can't see anything past it.
Yeah, and then all
That
of a sudden there was
moment-
also a deer.
There was like my dad didn't even hit the brakes because it happened like
That's actually
we
probably
actually
the
like
right way to
didn't
hit a
even,
deer, isn't
yeah,
it?
I mean, and the whole front end smashed like it's supposed to. Airbags went off, but like I just remember that the CD was still playing and the dash was
You
all
just came to a
fucked up,
park and it was
and
like-
we couldn't get it to like because we couldn't turn the car off. We couldn't get so it just finished the album like, and then started playing it again.
Yeah.
So it was just that album playing and like being on the side of the road with that blaring. It was just
They're
I just
like,
couldn't.
why are you listening to Mastermind right now?
Yeah, like it was just the CD just kept playing over and over, and it was just kind of a weird. I had a hard time listening to that because it was like a weird Pavlovian response to like
Well, yeah.
I can't listen to this while I drive.
Yeah, that would
This is
make
an
sense.
at-home only album for Bjorn.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'm
I
being
set.
triggered by it.
Well, I have a dash cam,
Yeah,
and I set it specifically to not record audio because I was like, I don't.
you're gonna say some dumb shit right before you hit something.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it would pick me up saying or listening to, but I was like, I don't need to deal with that.
I don't need
There's
like
no part of me
some
that
Rogan podcast.
I fucking was listening to Rogan today while I was
on the
driving.
way over here.
Yeah, so I was listening to Protect Our Parks. I like those episodes where he has Mark Norman and Ari Shaffir and Shane Gillis at the same time. They just get hammered and talk shit. Those are great episodes. Anyway, and they're flagrant as fuck. And so like I would be in trouble if people like I wouldn't really. It wouldn't add to the experience of sharing that clip for
it might
any reason.
distract from
It
the
might.
experience.
It would just reflect weirdly on me.
Should we release this and tag Chris Rock in it so
Yeah.
we can use it for promotions?
Yeah, the clip.
You
yeah.
should definitely release the dash cam
the
footage
dash cam
It's
footage.
happening.
and tag
Should we
Chris
put it?
Rock.
Should we put it on the size 10 podcast?
Why not?
The dash
I have
cam
access to
footage.
it. Let's do it.
nothing like car crash footage. That's,
That becomes our most viewed
it probably
thing.
will. I'd watch that shit.
And then we're like,
over and
damn it,
over.
now we got to do this all the goddamn time.
Dude, I watched the clip like 10 times.
Oh, so I was
love
looking
car
through
crashes.
it, like, well, because it's a hard one to
online.
see, like, because it's like two cars back.
Yeah. I was doing detective work. I was
I
like,
liked how
that's the son
I
of a
told you
bitch
that, and I was
did it.
like, oh, and here's the dash cam footage.
Mhm.
Yeah, the fucking audio track in that was ridiculous.
I just couldn't.
I replied to you. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's why my dash cam only does video.
Yeah.
Like
because
it's
you
an
can't get
option in
that,
the
yeah.
settings to turn off the audio,
Mm.
and it's not that hard to do. And some people evidently elect not to do it. You know why I did it? Really?
Why?
Because I've watched enough compilations of dash cam footage.
With just dumb weird
Like,
stuff, and it's always like a
hours.
podcast.
It's
or-
always like some goon in Russia. There's so many people in Russia with dash cams,
Yep.
and they're listening to like weird Russian club music. It's just like, and they're just like driving
someone
around
is,
a
like-
town, and then just somebody like
Shoots
drifts a giant corner and then like tumbles 20 times, and you're just like, that was brutal. And this guy's like listening to club music for no reason.
Now, you guys know why I think we've talked about this, but why there's so many dash cams in Russia.
No, why?
Why?
It's insurance fraud.
That's right.
Oh,
So
is everybody over there is just
Everybody
ripping people off?
does insurance fraud over there, so that's why dash cams are just everywhere.
The fucking president's ripping people
Yeah,
off over
I
there.
mean,
so yeah, I guess
that
fair
makes
enough.
sense. Oh, Russia.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all safe though, so that's good. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's just we got to
Shout
get
out
them
to
another
the
one.
Sequoia for
Yeah.
Yeah.
being a safe
Yeah.
tank.
No, like if I'm so glad she had that car
Yeah.
because it may have saved her life.
Yeah.
Because you saw what happened to the other car.
Yeah,
It
that
ended
other
up
car is flipping, and the
They had to use
Sequoia's
the-
like, what?
They had to use the jaws of
Yeah,
life
you
on
should
it.
send that to Toyota.
Oh, I'm
Just
going
be
to.
like, check out how
We're gonna
dope-
get Chris Rock to sponsor the
Yeah.
2024 Sequoia.
that would be very much preferable to the current Toyota ads.
Yeah.
Joanna and I've been watching a show on Hulu,
Yeah.
and the fucking Toyota ad annoys the hell out of me. It's the one where they're moving.
Oh, and then
yeah.
I thought that was okay writing the first time I
The-
saw
the-
it.
Right,
not
but
the 1,000.
Literally, it plays 4 times per
Oh, yeah.
episode. It's so
Okay,
obnoxious.
let's talk about Toyota ads, though. Do you remember some of the old ones? Do you remember
No.
the one? There's the one where there's the girlfriend who's upset, and she's like, all you love is your freaking Toyota, your Tacoma. Here's what I think of it. Okay, Cheryl, push it. And like it goes off a cliff.
Oh, was
And
it
it, like, rolls
capitalizing on
down.
that Top Gear
I don't know.
story arc where they tried to ruin an old Toyota Hilux and they couldn't?
I think maybe.
Like
I didn't
they
know about
literally
that.
put it in the
but,
ocean
like,
and set it on
so-
fire and dropped it off a
so-
building and it still
yeah.
started up.
So there's
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
one where it like goes down this cliff and it like rolls down and it like tumbles and everything, and then it just lands perfectly and it's in perfect condition. And she's like, no, no. She's like freaking out.
That's awesome.
There's that one, and then there's another one where there's this surfer who like pulls up on the beach, and it kind of looks like it's like footage of I don't know, like off of like a cam that you could like get to, and he gets out, grabs a surfboard, goes out into the water, and then it shows the tide coming in, and the thing is just like rolling and just like getting totally wrecked. And it's like upside down and flipping, and then the tide comes out and it kind of like settles, and then it settles back, and then the guy comes back and just turns it on and drives off with it.
Both of those
Both
are
of those are great ads.
right, and they're both coming off of the Top Gear. So Top Gear did a whole like
I didn't know
multi-episode
about that.
like story arc where they were like, and this is what we did this week to try to kill the Toyota Hilux, and they literally put it on top of a building that was being demolished.
Oh, did
And
they
it-
also do the thing with that? I feel like that
They
was the one.
dropped it from something. They set it on fire. They put it in the ocean. They did a lot of wild shit to this truck, and it looked bad by the end, but it still started.
Still started up.
Yeah.
There's one where I saw a thing where they took all the oil out of all these cars, and the Toyota just kept running, and they were like, I don't know, like they tried driving it around, and it was like, there's
don't-
no oil in this.
I don't
it
remember if
sounded
that was
terrible.
Top Gear or if that was some other YouTube
might
show,
have just
but
been
I
a
feel
YouTube
like
channel.
I've seen that video, and I believe that. I
I'm
feel like
pretty sure it was a Toyota.
why
It might
people
have been a
buy-
Honda. Might have been a Honda.
I feel like they did a Corolla and a Civic, and I feel like the Corolla is going to win that eventually.
There was like where
Everyone
it ended
else
up
is gonna
lasting
lose.
way
And then
longer
yeah.
with no oil in the car. Like,
That's
what?
literally why they tell people to buy Toyotas is because they know people neglect the
You
cars.
can you can
And the
just run
Toyota is
it.
the only one you can beat on
You
like
can
that,
just wreck it.
typically.
Where like so you can just buy it. It's like, yeah, I don't care. There's 20 other people who have owned this.
Yeah, no, Toyota is the best appliance car there is.
Yeah,
I
we've
tell
talked about that.
everybody to buy a Prius if they don't like
This is why
cars.
we should just change our podcast into us just
Talking about cars. I'm
Toyotas.
down. Yeah.
Get sponsored by Toyota.
I
and
want to
just-
talk about all the cars, but I'm always going to advocate Toyotas, especially for people who don't care about cars.
Yeah, no, it's a
or
a
for
solid.
trucks.
And they're so easy. I mean, just maintaining them is so cheap and easy
Yeah.
too. So they're
And honestly, like here's
But here's the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
I really want to bring up about that ad is Joanna and I realized that the lady in the ad, the Toyota lady,
the new ad. Yeah.
yeah, she has a giant mouth and looks kind of like this fish that lives in the Indian Ocean called a queenfish.
Okay.
And
gotta look this up.
once we realized that, we laughed really, really hard.
And the ad got better.
well, we still put it on mute and yell "shut up" when it comes on, but
Yeah.
we laugh pretty hard when we see it.
Oh.
Because I was looking, I was like, she has a huge mouth, and Joanna's like, yeah. I'm like, she looks like the Australian
queenfish?
queenfish. And if you look at that fish and then watch that ad,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, actually, the similarity is
I'm here for it.
uncanny, really.
I wanna. Oh, you found out her name?
yeah, Jan from Toyota.
Jan. Yeah, Jan from Toyota.
Yeah, Jan from Toyota looks a little bit like an Australian queenfish.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Especially in that ad because it's
It's
like
sideways
it's like
and-
this angle on her where her mouth looks enormous, and it's pretty funny if you watch the ad where the moving truck loses people's garbage out the back of it, and then you look at a picture of an Australian queenfish, you'll get a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah, she was
Pro tip.
So this Jan is
She's an American model.
yeah, she's been in Two Broke Girls, Arrested Development, The Office, Modern Family, and Crazy Stupid Love. So
Oh, okay. I did recognize her, but I didn't know what from. So that's
Interesting.
I think she was. Yeah. Okay, that's where I recognize from Modern Family. Shout out to this.
Is
This
it good?
shit is super good. First hit, I didn't see the cream part of it.
Oh, it's what
so
passion berry
good. Do you wanna
cream?
try it?
Yeah, let me try it.
It's like eating a.
Oh, weird. That tastes like a cream soda. It's like a creamsicle.
It is like a creamsicle. To me it tastes like what's that thing with like pound cake and like
Remember
raspberries.
those candies they used to make?
What's that called?
So good.
What's that called?
Remember those candies they used to make that were like fruit and cream candies?
Yeah.
It tastes like one of those fucking things. I don't know why they ever
Almost
stopped
like a
making those. Those
like,
are kind of
almost
good.
like a parfait.
What's
but
that called? Like I for some reason I'm also getting the pound cake part of it. And
Oh
I'm-
yeah, or like
like pound
think it
cake
is
with
pound cake.
strawberries and cream.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or but
Like
this
a
is
strawberry,
angel
like a
food
strawberry
cake.
shortcake.
Angel
yes,
food.
strawberry
pa-
shortcake. That's
but
what it's
a
called.
passion fruit shortcake.
But passion. This is so good. I am a fan. Untitled art.
Untitled art.
Oh, and then it's got art on it. That's cool.
What did they title that art?
They didn't.
They didn't title it. I'm the guy that reads that like, why did they call this untitled art for way too
Where's
long?
the title of the art though?
Yeah, but what's it called, dude?
What's it called, though?
But
It
what's
kind of looks
called?
like people walking in a background, but like not quite.
Oh man. Okay, so you got a grill?
I did get a grill.
Not
'Cause-
like for your teeth.
No, I robbed the jewelry store and told him make me a grill. But no, I got a barbecue grill, gas propane grill, because
Okay.
our new place is like half a house.
Mm.
And it comes with we have a front porch, but we also have a back deck, and we have a little yard back there. And the back deck is big enough for like a grill and a
It's a
full
reasonable
furniture.
sized deck.
Yeah.
It's not like our neighbor's deck.
No, it's a big swinging deck, dude.
Actually, our neighbor doesn't have a deck. Neither do we.
How many people can fit on your deck?
How many people can fit on your deck?
Quite a few if
One
you
at
try.
a time.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Nah, at least
What is the
a
weight
few at a time.
capacity of your deck?
I haven't tested that, and the house was built in 1884. So,
Wow.
however many you think, minus a few.
Minus a few.
So you have a big deck now.
I do have a big deck, and now
I
I realize
really
I need a
appreciate-
waiver.
You probably
I'm gonna make people sign a waiver. Go on the deck at your own risk.
Yes.
1884.
This deck could kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an
you-
old deck.
That's an old deck.
It's an oldie but a goodie. But yeah, I got a barbecue grill because I was like, there's fucking room out there for a grill. Let's get one. And I went on Craigslist and I found a Weber
Okay.
for like
Classic.
$175. Looked like it was in good shape, and then the guy sold it, but he's like, "But I have the 3-burner version of the same thing. That one was a 2-burner."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and he said, "I'll do that one for $200 if you want to come look at that." And I was like, "Sure." And so I went out there and I looked at it, and it was in Hillsboro on a cul-de-sac.
Mm-hmm.
Guy with, he's losing some hair, wearing glasses.
Mm-hmm. So me.
Kind of you, yeah.
Okay.
Garage full of Costco stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like skis and bikes in every size. And I was like, this is a dude that knows about grills.
Oh,
I immediately had full confidence because I was like, this guy, he grills every day because he wants a little peace and quiet. Like,
Yeah.
he's going in the backyard just going to be like,
it's his Zen moment. Yeah.
It's a grill dad.
yeah. Like, he was a total dad. And yeah, so I got a grill and it works great. Cooked
Nice.
some chicken on it, cooked some veggies. They cooked.
It worked.
It worked.
It worked.
All
You
right,
turn
mission
the fucking thing
accomplished.
on, fire comes out of it. Yeah, it's great. I built my truck. I've got the box in my truck
Mm-hmm.
that I've used for camping once. But I also use those drawers. I like having the drawers because I
Yeah.
can store a bunch of shit in there securely.
Once. Yeah.
I've used the drawers a lot. I've used it for camping once.
Okay. Twice.
I've
He's used
now-
the drawers.
No, I use the drawers all the time. The drawers are sweet.
Okay.
They're full of like emergency supplies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I get stuck, I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Other people will have a problem, but I'll be fine. I got 4-wheel chains in those drawers. I got fucking everything, dude. I got a camping stove in those drawers.
Mm.
Dude, I'm set up. Anyway,
So next time you camp.
so
you
next
can
time I
cook
camp,
shit.
I can cook some shit. And I don't even have to bring things from my house to my truck. They're already
It's all
in
ready
the
to
truck.
go.
It's like a
God damn
storage unit, dude, in a truck. I
No,
love
it is. It's really just a bunch of shit I didn't want to
Sports
keep in
stuff.
my house. I got
We
a-
should get a truck.
I got
I
another
know. I should get a
goddamn-
truck because I got some shit I don't
I
know,
know.
where to put.
If you had a pickup truck, you could have a second
I
Bass
could put
Pro
a couple
Shops
pairs.
outside. A little Napa Auto Parts and a Bass
Yeah.
Pro Shops outside.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the problem with the box in the truck, which I experienced twice in the past
Yeah.
week, the grill,
Your
and
mini
I bought
garage.
I bought a nice desk
Mhm.
for work, a sit-stand desk at that used desk place over by Helium.
I know the spot.
Anyway,
It's
both
also
of
by
those.
Pop Pizza, which has a gluten-free pizza.
Oh, good for
And
them.
Hot My, you guys have to try that place.
Oh, I've driven by it a million times. Is that awesome?
Definitely go there
Okay.
and just get the dinner for 2.
Okay.
It's like fried chicken,
Mhm.
this bread that I can't eat because it's gluten-y, but it's delicious, and this curry soup thing, and you just like dip the. It's like fried. What is it, Paul? Paul, it's like
Hot my. It's
no,
like,
is it Thai wings?
It's
right?
like it's Thai. It's a northern. I think it's northern Thai wings.
It's so good,
Okay.
so good. Hard vouch for it. Okay, keep going. You got
Anyway.
the standing desk.
Both of those things almost fit in my truck, but did
Okay.
not completely fit.
Okay.
And so I had to ratchet strap them in to the back and then also put a strap around the drawers to make sure they didn't come open.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then drive around with the back of my truck fully open, just with some shit hanging out like a hillbilly.
yeah.
And so I've done that twice in the past 2 weeks. But it's the first time it's ever come to bite me because I don't usually do truck stuff with my truck.
With your
Other
truck.
than like four-wheeling around and going shooting and going hunting and shit like that. That's mostly what I have
Sports
the truck
stuff.
for. Sports stuff.
Sports stuff. Thank you.
Yeah. Truck stuff. But like not actual work truck stuff where you take things and take them to other places. Like what real trucks are for. My truck does not get involved in a lot of that. And I realized that I literally ruined my truck for that. Which is funny to me because it actually exempts me from ever really having to help people move with my truck. It's kind of great. I can just be like, sure, what do you want to put in there? That's not going to fit. Here, let me show you a picture of my truck. It's already full.
You know what?
In default mode.
You know what's funny is that like I was just looking at the back of my my RAV4, not Forerunner. I started with the wrong word. My
It still
RAV4
has the number 4 in both.
Yeah,
of those.
it's
You're
weird.
not
They're
100%
both
wrong.
They're both. The back is so dirty and gnarly, and like I use it for truck type stuff.
You just haul shit around it.
all the time. I mean I bring orders into the post office every day, so I fill it with like it's just like
boxes and stuff.
boxes and whatnot. But I'm just like, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I almost need a truck. I need a truck full cab. Is yours a full crew
Like
cab? Whatever.
Yeah, crew
Because
cab.
I
like
need
a
my 2
4-door.
doggos. My 2 babies need to be.
You
in
know
their
what you
seats.
should get? You should get a single cab bench seat truck, so both your dogs
Actually,
can
that
sit
would
next
make
to you
sense. That would
with
make
like
sense.
a 10-foot box. Just get an F-350 with a single cab,
I need that. I need the,
like a ranch
I need
truck.
I need yours, but with the baby bed, the little baby bed, not the 6
Oh, the
foot bed.
short box.
I need like
the
a 6-foot bed or 5-foot
I have a
bed.
6-foot bed. You need the 5-foot.
Yeah, I need the 5-foot bed.
So
like
you,
that's here's what I think's gonna happen. Paul's just learning this now. As
Yeah.
soon as the
New
Tacoma
Tacoma.
Prime comes out, we're gonna buy one, and then that's gonna be my car, and then you get the RAV4. That's probably what's gonna happen.
So Bjorn just like gets tired of a car and it's just like, here, Paul,
Here, Paul,
have
you
fun with
like-
my fucking sloppy seconds car over here. Aren't you excited?
Dude, it's a nice sloppy second.
It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm
comfy.
just like, I just like that this would be the second car where you bought a new car and you're
Paul
just
got
like,
the
Paul,
second.
drive this.
I mean, or we could sell it and you could get a new one or whatever, but or
No,
maybe
that-
I'll trade it in and get a new one.
I
but-
mean, I was just telling my dad, I was like, wait for the 2024 Tacoma before you make any decisions, because you're always whining about truck gas mileage. And
Yeah.
that might give you a couple of points on that. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, we drove the
It's still
Sequoia,
shaped
the
like
Sequoia-
a fucking
the
cube.
Sequoia. Is it the
The
Sequoia?
Sequoia.
The Sequoia. I'm calling it the Sequoia.
It's named after a tree.
The Sequoia that we drove was the hybrid,
Yeah.
and it was like, I don't know.
Did it get 19 instead of 18 miles to the gallon?
You're close. It got 18 instead of 14.
It's not bad. I mean,
In
that thing is
eco,
huge.
It's huge.
It's massive. My truck will do 21 on the highway if I'm being nice, and about 19 if I'm driving like an idiot.
Paul, what were you gonna say? You had? Oh, okay, no, you didn't.
Nope.
You didn't. Okay, I thought you did. I thought it looked like you had something.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I think I maybe need a truck. I don't really need a truck. Whatever. Who knows? But I use my car for truck stuff a lot.
Isn't there like in theory a competitor to the Maverick? I've heard that
Yes, the
that's been
Helix.
teased.
No, that's the
No, the
that's-
Hilux is just the overseas little truck. Paul, have you heard about that one?
They're probably gonna come out with
Yeah.
a truck like that.
Be-
That's
to-
a competitor
yeah,
to the
I'm
to
Maverick.
the
sure they
Maverick
will.
because of the
I've
because of
heard
the
that.
numbers
City-
that
like a city
Maverick
truck,
did.
yeah.
Like I've seen articles about that in car magazines and stuff that they're like, they just saw the numbers that the Maverick sold,
Yeah.
and I think probably Nissan and Toyota and Chevy.
Yeah,
and
They're
all
like,
them
they're
are
gonna be
oh,
coming out with something.
There's
I'm sure.
probably
So I
something.
feel like that might be the rig for you, because, like,
if
you
my
don't-
life stays the way it is, yeah.
yeah, unless you start doing a lot of four-wheeling, you don't really have a use for a Tacoma.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, your RAV4 is enough of an off-roader for you.
Yeah, I
So-
don't really take it off road. I mean, we did we talk about that, the snowstorm? No, I mean, this is probably going to be the last thing.
Yeah.
Paul got the car stuck, and we had to dig it out.
Well, it sounds like the car got itself stuck because it was solid ice.
Wait, so Paul,
That
what
day.
happened? Why were you on that road?
Because I love adventure and the opportunity. No, I was at work and you were telling me, okay, Portland's it's really coming down. You should come home. I'm like, oh, it looks fine over here, right? So I'm in Beaverton, and then I was like getting a little nervous, and then I kept looking at the map, and it kept adding and adding. I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to be one of these dummies that gets on 26 and just sits there for hours. I'm going to find a route. So it took me up. So it took me off 26 before the tunnels, and to go up this hill, like the DMV over there in Beaverton DMV.
Yeah,
So
that's where I sold the Subaru.
So over that way, then you go
And,
off
like,
this,
up-
up the hill, and then
through all
down-
them twisty
Uh-huh.
roads in the neighborhoods up
and
there,
I knew,
and then through Goose Hollow. Is
Yep.
that
Goose Hollow.
Yeah.
So and I was just like, okay, sure, yeah, why not? Like if this is telling me to go this way, it's got to be safe, right? So then I'm going up, and it just gets steeper, and then at one point I have to take a left up this road. There's a car in front of me. They didn't make it, so they start sliding backwards. I was like, Psh, I got this. So I went up, and I had to like get a running start on it.
Yeah, you were
I get up
spinning the
this hill,
wheels.
and I get to the top of it, and I was like, oh fuck, what did I just do? Because now I have to go down, and there's a switchback. So then I go down, and I'm fine, and then I turn around the switchback, and there's a line of cars just stopped. So I stop, and then my car doesn't stop. So it's just sliding, and I'm like, oh crap. So I get it to stop, and I would have been fine, I think. Who knows? But at the end of it, there was this turn, and people were crashing at that turn, so everybody just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So fortunately, the neighbors on that road were so nice. They were going out there. They were going car to car, letting us know what was going on. And then they're like, you have to park, and you just have to walk home from this point. So I parked, and then ended up running into some really nice guys. One of them worked at McMiniman's at I forget, Market Street.
Okay, the one at PSU.
Yeah. So we walked there. It was only half a mile away, but I didn't really know where I was because it was dark. It was snowing. I'd never been on that road, so I thought I was gonna die. I was like, I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be walking for miles in the snow.
I think you took part of the path that I take to get to school.
Oh, probably.
Because I drive from Northwest, like
Mhm.
Slabtown area, over to Portland State, and I usually take 25th or 23rd. Goes up and over, becomes Vista,
Mm-hmm.
and goes across a little bridge and
Yeah.
twists and turns
Yeah.
around into
Yep.
some neighborhood.
It was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
I wouldn't want to
In
take
the
that.
snowstorm.
I wouldn't want to do that in solid ice.
No.
Do you
It
have
was
chains
pure-
for that rig?
No, we have them.
we have them, but I wasn't.
He didn't have them on
I
him
didn't have
Yeah,
them. I
you
was
when
should
he
not,
needed them.
I was
yeah,
not prepared
you
at
should
all.
build a box that ruins the cargo
drawer.
capacity
Yeah.
of there, but then you can have your chains for the
Yeah.
one day every decade that you need them.
Yeah, it was just. It was just.
really should
it was
transfer
just.
those.
It was a weird, silly thing. And normally I'm fine, but like, I mean, it was the most snow we've ever gotten in one day since like the 1950s. But we ended up.
Yeah, it was
I just.
quite a bit.
I walked downtown, and Bjorn picked me up, and we had a snow day the next day, and then we went back there and the neighbors helped us again to get
But-
it out. And
So you just picked Paul up at the Market Street pub?
Yeah.
I got as close as I could. There was like a huge
Like within a
traffic
block.
jam. I was a couple of blocks
Oh,
away.
okay, but you were downtown. I thought you'd driven your car up that hill. I was like,
No,
did the
no, no.
RAV4 make it up
no.
there?
No, I
And the
didn't. I
Mitsubishi
walked
didn't. I was like,
downtown.
I feel like those are almost the same car. The RAV4 is just a little newer, better technology.
I mean, I drove both in the snow, and it was about the same. I think the tires are a little newer on the RAV4, and
Yeah.
that's really the only difference.
I feel like the only way to get around this with tires is studs on that ice.
Maybe. I mean,
Because even just a regular snow tire isn't going to have the stick
no.
on the solid ice.
So they had we went and we dug it out,
Mhm.
and then we got it in there, and it was just a controlled slide down the hill.
Yeah.
But at the bottom of the hill, they had like, I don't know, they had salted or something.
So it got
Because
some
if
traction.
if you went down that hill, you would have gone off like a cliff into
into the freeway.
26
Yeah.
205 or whatever 20 yeah.
yeah,
like,
whatever it is
That
down
like
there.
ditch that
Mhm.
goes through Portland, it was like
405.
right into that thing that has a bridge going over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would go right, and it was just like a chain link fence at the bottom.
Mhm.
Like Portland is not designed for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is I feel like with climate change, we get more and more of these.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has still refused to like adjust their
It's-
life in any way.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I think it's also it's just the roads aren't designed. I think that's the other thing. Like there's
I think
roads
that's part of it,
that
but I feel
shouldn't
like
be that steep that are that steep here, because there's no roads that steep in Montana.
no, there aren't.
No, because
But,
it gets snow and it gets ice. And
Well,
they're not
also
gonna do
because
that.
there's 9 people in a million
Yeah.
miles, so like that
That's
too
true.
helps. But I mean, it is really hilly here, but I feel like people need to start preparing a little more.
Yeah, I mean, we now have shovels. We have the chains. I'm gonna transfer
Yeah,
them into your
I
car.
would. Yeah, put the chains in your car.
The best part was like we took the next day off, and then the day after that, he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to work," and he took his car, and I was like, "Please," just kind of half joking, half serious. I was like, please take normal roads home, and he's like, "Why? I love adventure." I was
Yeah,
like,
hold your own
"Oh,
on that one, Paul."
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It was fun.
Because
Or get snow
I felt
tires, like studded tires on
I
that
felt
thing.
really
Gas
like
mileage is stupid.
Yeah.
I was home, and
Right.
I felt really like vulnerable with it because like I couldn't help.
Yeah.
Like, he shared his location, and I like saw where he was. But my favorite part of the whole thing was when I went to go get him, and I was driving around downtown, and I was just kind of like taking the streets that were available. Which, first of all, the pedestrians need to calm the fuck down when it's like that, because I can't stop for you, and they're still crossing as if I can. That was
and then
the
they're gonna
biggest
give you a
thing.
mean look if you
Oh,
slide on the
my
ice.
God. I slid. I almost hit a couple of people that just boldly just crossed. They're like, I have the right. And I was like, I don't have the ability
Yeah,
to
it's
stop.
You
You
might
may
be
have the right, but
you're-
I don't have the ability.
Yeah.
Let's be a little more cautious. But then my favorite part, this is like slightly political, but there was this truck, this like 2-wheel drive old Ford, I don't know, F-150 or something, that just couldn't get up. I want to say it was Clay Street.
There's a lot of things he probably can't get up.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. There's a lot of things you can't get up, but also had like this like Trump 20, like had all these Trump stickers all
He was like a
over.
Trump fanatic.
Just like a hardcore Trump dude, which
in
I
a
was like
two-wheel drive.
in a 2-wheel drive truck in downtown Portland on the it was like trying, and like there was all these people that were like helping other cars but not their truck.
Nobody helped this.
Well,
guy
I mean,
with
like
his
you're
Trump
gonna have to
stickers.
be face to face with a Trump sticker. Are you gonna like while you're pushing
Yeah,
this truck up a
not,
hill?
There's a lot of people in Portland that are probably gonna be like,
They're
I'm,
like,
I'm pretty nice.
I have a line.
Yeah, I'd help other people first.
I totally drove around him. I drove right around. I was
Well-
just like, "Excuse me."
How are you a Trump guy with a two-wheel drive though? I
know, right?
just want to put that out there. I hope
like,
I don't think that's our demographic on the pod.
I just
but in case they make their way in, and they sometimes do according to the
I
comments.
think they take us so seriously.
I mean, you can't be a Trump guy with a two-wheel drive, dude. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? Probably
was-
couldn't have a two-wheel drive truck anyway.
it was just funny that it was just funny that it couldn't make it up the hill, and then like me and all the Volvos and all the other like cars were just
Well,
like going
that's the-
around them.
That's the thing about trucks, is especially empty trucks are about the least. Like if a rear-wheel drive truck with literally no weight over the drive wheels, you have the worst traction of
Oh,
all
totally.
the cars.
I would just do a front-wheel drive sedan at that point.
yeah, you might
Oh,
as well.
a Corolla will
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
outdo
low center of gravity.
a
you're
two-wheel
good.
drive truck. Is probably the worst.
There
car
were
to have on
Corollas
ice.
going around this truck, and I was just like, "What is happening?"
Dude, my
It's
old
soft, flat
Corolla-
surface, you know?
My old Corolla, you could rally around in the ice and snow like nobody's business. Because it was a 93. It had nothing. It had none of that traction control and shit like that. That ruins it in the snow. You want something that when
Wait,
you put your
so do
foot
you-
in it, your wheels spin.
So you turn it off, right?
Fuck yeah, you do.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I was doing.
I'm an American, dude. I'm not gonna let a car tell me how to fucking drive. Fuck that shit, dude. I'm gonna turn
This
all
is the
that shit off.
American button. Turn
Yeah.
the traction control off.
Yeah, you push down on a
You
fucking
push
eagle.
down on the.
You hear an eagle just go.
like you're a true American.
Yeah, the South Park song comes on. It's like,
You've
America,
leveled up in America.
Fuck yeah. That's what happens when you turn off the traction control. Freedom.
This truck might be from Japan, but the traction's from America.
It bleeds red, white, and blue.
It still bleeds red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Well, no, the Tacoma's from Mexico.
yeah,
That's true.
But
The
the Tundra's from America.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
And
honestly,
that's Sequoia, right?
Uh-huh.
Is that an American?
Yep.
Made in
Same,
Texas?
Same facility. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I-
more American than most
I
American
told
trucks.
Paul to turn off traction control, and I couldn't remember why. I was like, I don't know, Google it. I'm pretty sure you're
what
supposed
it
to
is
turn
is
it
like
off.
when you're
So let me
It's
know.
wheel vectoring.
yeah, well, it like hits your doesn't it hit your ABS and it cuts power to wheels when it senses spinning.
Yeah.
Well, on ice you're gonna spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need the wheels to just keep turning to eventually go.
To keep going.
And that's why those
Okay.
old cars can just rally around in the ice, because
Yeah.
like you put your foot down and those
They
wheels
just
spin.
go.
It's also why they lose traction, and if you're not paying attention, you crash.
Yeah.
But like, pay attention and don't crash, and then they're
Mhm.
way better in the snow because you just like.
When we went through Montana
also way
a
more
couple
fun.
times,
Mhm.
I kept being like, I know that's a stop sign, but I'm not going to stop because we will get stuck if I stop on this uphill through a snowbank. And like, it's like, you
Yeah,
just
no,
kind of have
that's a
to roll this
suggestion.
one. Like, you got to California stop it in the wintertime. But that was fun. I think that was a good
Well,
episode.
I think we have a critical question
Ooh.
that has not been
oh,
asked yet.
oh, shit.
With your Air Jordan 1 mids,
That we
Let me
discussed
look up-
so
we
thoroughly.
discussed thoroughly.
This is the Black Punch White Noir Blanc Punch Ciudad.
Cool.
All right. Is this are you gonna blow the back out, or are you is this a payment princess?
Ooh, I haven't blown I feel like I want to blow the back out on these. These are like a fun one. These are like a fun, like it's funny how clean they are because I have worn them a bunch of times and I just don't care. Like I'm not like trying to keep them clean, but they're
Yeah.
pretty, they're pretty spotless.
Well, I feel like
they are
ones-
creased. so
Ones
you can
are
tell.
fairly easy to keep clean because they're all like smooth materials.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
like
can kinda
tumbled
just,
leather. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
you can kind of just towel them off and they're fine.
I like these because they like it's dark colors. You're absolutely able to keep them pretty clean easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, these I'm gonna blow the back out on them. That's the plan. Do we have any sponsors or anything?
I think I have a sponsor. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
So apparently, all the new 2023 Toyota models come with a dash cam with navigation voiced by Chris Rock. So this is an exclusive dash cam, Chris Rock dash cam for all 2023 Toyota models out now. So make sure you get those Toyotas. And
Does it repeat the address a bunch of times for you?
yes,
Like
it
the
does.
destination?
Yeah.
It's just like as soon as you put it in, it's just like tells it to you, and then like
3
every
times.
turn, it's just like you're still on the way to this destination.
Yes.
Every
Still-
That's the Chris Rock navigation dash cam.
In 5 miles, you turn right. I can't do a Chris Rock impression.
You're
I thought that was
going to
perfect.
Fred Miles.
On
You're
your way
still going to Fred Miles.
Yes,
to-
that's
you
the
are
one.
on the way.
You're still on the way to Fred Miles.
You know what? I actually wish that they would. Sometimes I'm like, am I still on the right route? Okay, I am.
Yes, you're still on the way to
Still
Fred
on the
Miles.
way to Fred Miles.
All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us. We're on Spotify, Apple, all other audio, socials, video, all that good stuff. So thanks for watching.